And I'm like, yeah, I'll be fine. Because my dad, because if he gets pulled over and they're like, oh, your sticker's that day, he's going to be like, what the hell?
Yeah,
John, me, right?
John, hey, son, you screwed me over.
Well, what is this? You got to pay this ticket now. It's your fault.
I'm suing you.
Yeah, we're gonna take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 104 of the ScruffCast. I'm Dan.
And I'm John.
All right. So we're here recording. It's a little later than we normally would record today, I'd say.
It is. It's a little bit
What
past
was the
11 p.m.
holdup? I actually didn't even ask. Normally we get on this thing at 8, we talk for like 2 hours, and then we start recording. But today we didn't get on until like after 9.
So I went for a walk, right? I usually go for my post-dinner old man style walk to digest my food.
Mm-hmm.
And Taryn went on the walk with me, and she just loves going on drives all the time for no real reason. She's like, can we go for a drive? Can we go for a drive?
I feel like that's like a womanly thing.
Yeah, and it's especially fun when you're not the one driving, right?
Yeah.
You just get to sit there, nice little pleasure cruise through the city. So every time we walk back, I always have my keys on me, right? Because I lock the door when I leave the house for the walk. We got to walk past the car. She's like, can we go for a walk? Can we go for a walk? I'm like, it was like 8:25 at that point.
Or
I'm
a
like,
drive,
Dan?
you mean?
Yeah, sorry. Can we go for a drive? Can we go for a drive? I'm like, Dan's going to be here, like sending me a text. Well, not here, but like Dan's going to be sending me a text, asking, what time are you good for? Like any minute now. She's like, then we'll turn around. So I went for a little drive around the neighborhood. Saw some nice houses.
You're lucky I fell down the rabbit hole of YouTube videos, so I didn't send you that text.
The old habits of watching top 10s.
Yeah, that's the thing now, because like now that I'm using my laptop more often for these Zoom calls, I'll usually just go on YouTube or whatever. So now I got all the recommended on YouTube, and then oh man, I just fall down for like hours. Anyway.
The recommendations, right? They start to know you, and they're really recommending stuff. You're like, oh yes, I would be interested in this.
I think I would like to watch this. Thanks. You know what's hilarious? I'm going to tell this. I was going to tell you this before, but I'll tell you now because it has to do with Anthony. He doesn't listen anyway, so it doesn't matter. So last week I was on YouTube and I found this band. Their name was Falling in Reverse, right? So I'm going through all this like old music we used to kind of listen to, whatever, and then I find this band. So I just randomly click on them. I'm like, oh, who's Falling in Reverse? So I click, and it's this one song. I was going to send you the link, but I forgot. So it's like this, like it's like metal, but the lead singer is like this like gangster white guy who like raps, but then sings the choruses. Dude, it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. And I played the song. I was like, God, this sucks. Like, oh my God, it's horrible.
I thought you were going to say that you found this band and they're awesome, like a hidden gem.
No. They're trash.
A hidden
So I was like, oh my God. So a couple days ago, or just yesterday, Anthony sends me a link to Spotify, right? He's like, oh man, from time to time I get a link from him, like from a song or whatever, right? And so he sends me this link. He's like, oh yeah, man, like I found this new band. They're awesome. And I was like, the name of this band says from, I feel like I've heard of these guys before, right? So I click and it's that song from that band Falling in Reverse that I hated. And I was like, oh dude, I found this. I was like, yeah, I thought I'd recognize you guys. I was like, yeah, I hate this song actually, sorry. Just like instantly I had to shut him down.
That's so funny, eh?
Yeah.
That proves it is a good recommendation. It was timely anyway.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, what are the odds? Like, I've never heard of these guys before. No, that's like twice in the same week. So I think it was just last Monday that I saw them on there.
That's funny. I don't know. We're recording a little later, but I'm feeling good this week, Dan. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I'm feeling all right.
In higher spirits, they revealed the PlayStation 5 last week, so that perked me up a little. Got me a little bit excited. Another big video game coming out this week on Friday, The Last of Us Part 2. That's got me excited.
Very exciting. I'm happy for you.
So,
and I mean that seriously. I don't mean that sarcastically.
Things are going well over in Camp John.
I like that. And you know what? Things are going well for Camp Dan as well, because today it was confirmed that we are going on our Forest annual golf trip. It was kind of up in the, because, of the COVID, but it's confirmed. We're going. And I am beyond excited. And as a matter of fact, we've decided we're going to stay an extra day.
Yeah. Just because they tried to take it away.
That's right. We're not going to let it slip through our fingers. We're staying for an extra day.
Yes, that also has me in good spirits.
Things have been going well. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention earlier, actually, when you were telling the story about Taryn and the drive and stuff, I was going to say she's starting to sound like Leo. It's like, Leo, we got to take him out for walks, and then as soon as we get back to the house, all he wants to do is go into the car and play in the car. So it's like the same kind of deal.
Yeah, and the thing is, I've never been big on going for drives with no destination. So
Yeah, me
that's the
either.
thing. I'm like, you got to tell me somewhere to go. She said,
Yeah.
just pick a letter, and then you punch that into my phone, and then it's like, okay, we pick something that comes up. I'm trying to think of an example. I can't remember, but one time it was like something that was literally like a kilometer away. It was like the gas
Okay, I
station or
guess
something. Yeah, so she's like,
you
pick a
just
different
drive to the
letter.
gas station.
Yeah,
That's too funny. Ah. All right. Well, we've got some emails.
we do. And I got to say, was it last week? We said we were a little disappointed with the email numbers.
There was like 2 weeks in a row with nothing, and then we had one last week, which we are still very appreciative for.
Yes, we appreciate every email.
This week, we have a little more than one. We're quite pleased.
All right. Listener wrote into scruffcast@gmail.com, just like you guys can. Subject line is last week's top 5. Hello, ScruffCast team. I enjoyed listening to your list of childhood favorite shows. I don't have a top 5, however, have a bottom 5 that I had to endure as a parent. Here is the list in no particular order, as I hate each one of them. And let me know if you know all these shows, Dan.
Okay.
Babar. Remember this one with the elephants?
Yeah, it sounds. Yeah. I know which one that is.
Had
Yeah.
a very chill and soft intro tune.
I don't remember it at all. But the name sounds familiar.
Barney. Yes. I
Oh,
definitely
that was
agree.
yeah. Everybody loved Barney's. Barney.
Teletubbies. Another good choice.
Was it? I didn't watch that one.
Yo Gabba Gabba. This is a bit of a newer one. I remember my brother watching this one as a kid.
I was about to say I don't know. Right. I keep forgetting about your brother too, right? So there's probably like some more current ones in here. Well, not current, but
But newer ones
not when
anyway.
you or your sister were younger.
Yeah, all I remember is it was somebody would say, Yo Gabba Gabba. That's all I would remember.
Boy.
Honorably hated, which I love that there. Bananas in Pajamas. We touched on this one last week.
We did, yep.
And then this first one here, it said no particular order, but I take a little umbrage. Do you remember Hammy Hamster?
No, I don't. I don't remember that one.
So it was this show of this hamster, Hammy the hamster, and his friends. I think it was a turtle and other sort of hamsters and stuff. Maybe a bird or something like that. And they lived by this creek side, but it was real life animals that they filmed, and then the voices were dubbed over.
Okay, maybe I do remember this then.
All right, the listener goes on to say here that was a good rundown of the list.
Yeah.
On another note, as for growing the show, I believe your fans have a part to play in this. We always refer to them as listeners, but I kind of like the idea of having fans.
Yeah. Agreed.
I believe your fans have a part to play in this. I challenge your fans to step up and bring something to the table and help grow the show so we can all continue to enjoy this podcast. I love
now.
this.
I know, but just so let's put this out there. We did not write this into ourselves. Okay.
No.
This actually came from somebody else.
We've been putting this vibe out there. This listener, it's like a satellite dish repeater. They picked up on it, boom, 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 and they're beaming it back out to the other listeners.
Love it.
The other fans, if you will. A thought I had for one of your shows was, after this coronation is over, you and your buddies have a little get together and do a Friends Around the Fire Pit segment. A sunny Saturday afternoon of food and drinks. Set up the mic around the fire pit and see what happens. Love the show. Keep up the great work. That's a good idea.
That's a fantastic idea, and we're gonna. Yeah, we have a lot of ideas from when this is all said and done. You know what? Social gatherings can go to 10 now. So realistically, we can put each other in the bubble if we wanted to.
Yeah, the government of Ontario had this like social bubble sort of idea where everyone makes a pact and you're in that same bubble and you don't break the bubble.
Yeah,
so you only hang out with certain groups.
So realistically, I guess we could get back to the studio, but that is your call. It's your studio. It's your house. It's our studio.
Do I use one of my valuable social bubble spots?
For me?
Yes, when we're able to record remotely.
Yeah. Oh, who else are you hanging out with? Come on.
Dude, I have 8 other people, me, Taryn, and that's 8 bubble spots. I could sell
Taryn
them.
Doesn't count.
We have fans.
She's in your household. She doesn't count.
Yeah, but she already takes up a part of the bubble, does she not?
I don't think so. I think it's 10 people outside of your household.
Outside of the household?
I think so. I don't know.
I'll have to give them some
Maybe we should do some research into this before we go anywhere.
Research? That's not the ScruffCast.
Maybe somebody can just send us the answers.
Yeah, listeners, hit us up on Twitter at ScruffCast and Instagram at ScruffCast. You may remember we changed the handle a little while ago.
That's right. And go to our website, scruffcast.com or thescruffcast.com.
Man, we're everywhere.
We got a website now.
We do. Go there. It'll show you everywhere you can listen to the podcast. Makes an easy way to share with your friends. I know there's people out there who listen who are embarrassed of us. They don't want to let their friends know.
I know. And those people don't write in either.
They don't. And it's not even us. This listeners taking you guys to task.
That's true,
I would never be so forward. But
yeah.
hey.
But we appreciate it.
We do.
All right. Moving on to the next email here. Subject is tomato.
Somebody listened last week.
Somebody listened. So for anyone who doesn't remember or didn't listen, which is clearly everybody except for this one listener, at the end, we just talked about, how does anybody actually even listen to the whole end part after we do the top 5? And we said, if you did, you gotta send us an email that just says tomato. This listener did that. Put the subject on. There's more to the email though. Here we go. Hey, ScruffCast. Great podcast as always. As of the time this was written, it looks like stage 2 is becoming an opportunity as time passes on, with only Peel and Toronto sanctioned last to open up. You know what? I'm reading this on my computer now. I usually read off my phone, and the text is quite small. I'm having a hard time. As if I don't read poorly enough as it is,
Got to bust out like the jeweler's lens with the multiple.
I know. Hopefully this means more of an exciting summer. Do either of you have any summer plans or just playing it by ear? John, any summer plans? Things are starting to kind of open.
We just talked about summer plans. Back on the menu, we got our golf trip. We've also had old friends hit us up for some tennis.
We mentioned that already. Yeah.
Weekly tennis or more scheduled exercise.
Yeah, I think for me, besides golf, because golf's finally back open now. I think because everything we were planning on doing has kind of been canceled. I know me and Anna, we had a few weddings to go to, so there was going to be just this past weekend that passed, I was supposed to be at a bachelor party, and then this weekend coming up is supposed to be a stag, right? So there was all that stuff now is kind of gone. So I think instead of really having plans, I guess we'll play it by ear, but it's just enjoying the opening, right? Enjoying things somewhat getting back to normal. I think that's the best part about it. That's what we'll be doing this summer, enjoying the baby steps.
Things are opening up, right? I mean, they can't stay closed forever, but is it really normal? People are just dude, it's like a fad. They're like, coronavirus, that's still March, April. We're over that. And people are just going back out again. Okay. It's a little weird, People still wear masks and stuff, but I mean, we can't stay locked in forever. People are going to go homeless.
Yeah. I was kind of used to the whole mask thing, especially working at the store, right? Seeing people coming in with the masks all the time. So it's not, I don't know. It's just normal now. All right, let's move on here. I found a way to expand my screen, so now it'll just be my poor reading skills.
You're not supposed to let the listeners know that.
As for the top 5, it was really cool hearing what you both were into as kids, with barely any choices as overlap. That's true. Did we have any that overlapped at all? I don't think we did.
I don't think so, but we were obviously familiar with all of each other's shows.
Yeah, for sure. We were lucky to live in the golden age of content. Here's my top 5 shows from when I was younger. Number 5, 90s Spider-Man. An underrated gem. The Spider-Man cartoon went through major comic storylines way before big Marvel movies were a thing. They would even bring in guest superheroes such as Daredevil, X-Men, Doctor Strange, and Iron Man, just to name a few.
That's a good choice. Good intro theme song, too.
Yeah. Number 4, Yu-Gi-Oh! I agree with John, and yes, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Does hold up well. I rewatched the series a few years back and really enjoyed it. I also found the card game to be really challenging depending on who you were facing. I enjoyed the show so much, I have a tattoo of one of the characters. I forgot about that. Obviously, we know who sent this email.
Yes.
Yes, he does. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Okay, number 3, Radio Free Roscoe. Oh, man, I remember this Canadian show. All right, this was one of the Family Channel Canadian shows that featured high school students who were probably portrayed by people in their 30s, as always, who ran their own radio station at school under anonymous names. It was surprisingly well written and didn't take itself too seriously like Degrassi did. Also played, showed me a lot. Showed me a lot of cool indie bands.
I think it was either played or showed.
Yeah. It also showed me a lot of cool indie bands. See, John's way better at like doing these quick like sub out of words. I'm just like I sit here and make the person feel stupid as they wrote this. Okay. Also showed me a lot of cool indie bands to check out. I still listen to today. A few years back, I sat next to one of the actors from the show at a Drake concert, which was surreal.
Oh, that's funny.
Which is crazy because like he mentioned Degrassi too, and Drake was on Degrassi, so it's like this weird big connection there. Number 2, Hey Arnold. Nickelodeon during the 90s had a lot of knockout kids shows, such as The Wild Thornberrys, Rugrats, Real Monsters. I'm assuming that's and Real Monster. I don't know. Was that a show? Real Monsters?
I have no idea.
Yeah, man. SpongeBob and many others. One standout was Hey Arnold. It reminded me of Recess with much, I guess, for lack of better words, mature storylines and wicked jazz-focused soundtrack. That's interesting that he remembers like the soundtrack of Hey Arnold.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I also have a tattoo based off of this character. I didn't know that. Number 1, Dragon Ball Z. My biggest beef with YTV was waiting all day for 8 p.m. to come so I could watch a new episode of Dragon Ball Z. However, there's been numerous times they would just show a repeat instead of a new episode just for kicks. Hands down, one of the best action animation shows I've ever watched. Thanks for the trip down memory lane. Have a great week. Now, before I say anything else, this email was sent by good friend Ian, and it's also his birthday today. So happy birthday, Ian. Yeah, so when you guys are listening to this, it's obviously not his birthday because this is Monday, June 15th. It is his birthday today. So maybe next week you guys can all send in like a, happy birthday, Ian. Maybe we should start doing that,
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Giving the our fans, little shout outs to each other because we're just we're a big family here at the ScruffCast.
Yeah, we haven't thought of the full name for you guys. We floated, I think, Scruff Disciples out there.
Scruff Disciples, I'm a fan of.
But it's like a club. Maybe we got to set up like an online forum for them to get together and chat about. Oh, I love this part of this episode. I love this part of that episode. And that's how we grow the show.
I like it.
I like it.
All right.
Shout out to Ian. Thanks for the email. Hope you had a good birthday.
Happy birthday.
All right. The third and final email we received this week. Subject line is Blast from the Past. What's up, guys? Hope you're both doing well. Wanted to give a shout out to this top 5 because it made me go down a little nostalgia wormhole. Although half of these shows I don't specifically remember parts of, I remember how much I loved watching them as a kid. They're all a huge part of my school day, afternoon, and Saturday morning memories. All right. The first here don't have any write-ups. But number 5, Dexter's Lab. It's a good show. It's one I thought of.
I didn't like that show.
Really?
I didn't like it. Yeah, I didn't like that show. I don't know why.
Fair enough.
Yeah, sorry.
Number 4. It's another quality choice. Animaniacs. Did you ever watch this one as a kid?
I did, yes. Yeah, good show.
All right, now here we get into the detailed write-ups. Number 3, Looney Tunes. This one is especially dope. This is definitely out of my era a little bit, but it ran for a long, long time through my childhood too. There were so many memorable characters that became a huge part of pop culture. It was a hugely influential show. 2 of my favorites were the Roadrunner bits and Speedy Gonzales the mouse.
Yeah, the Roadrunner bits were always my favorite. And, geez, they made Space Jam out of it, too, One of the greatest films of all time.
That's true. They did. They
did.
So it's a solid choice.
Oscar-worthy. Not Oscar-nominated, but Oscar-worthy.
Yes. I guess technically you could put Oscar-worthy in any marketing, right? ScruffCast.
You could, yeah.
Dude, they don't have awards for podcasts, do they?
Not yet. You give it like 10 years and the Grammys will have one for sure. They'll have no choice.
Probably because they do comedy album.
Yeah, podcasts are getting too big.
Yeah. And so we'd say Grammy worthy.
Grammy worthy podcast.
Yeah.
I like that.
Number 2, The Magic School Bus. This was on my list last week.
Yeah. Great show.
This show was unreal. You guys touched on it and were on the money. My favorite episode was when they went into space, I think to the moon, and the orange-haired kid's helmet cracked and he froze to death, which is kind of morbid, but it was a hell of an episode for a kid show. I think there was also one where they shrunk down to the size of a blood cell and they took a trip through the human body, which was also really awesome. Yes, I remember that episode.
That's one of the only episodes I can vividly remember, actually, is that one.
Yeah, I remember that one as well.
Blood cell one. I don't remember the space one.
Honorable mention, Rugrats. Dude, this is what I thought of.
Me too. I had to cut it from my list. It is a good show, though. Oh, remember the theme song? Do, 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 do,
yes.
do, 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 do.
Reptar.
Oh man, that was a good show.
I remember there was a Rugrats game for the PlayStation 1 I rented one time.
I think
gonna
he
give a look.
mentions this.
Oh, he does. Oh, yes,
Yeah.
he does. I didn't even finish reading. Oh,
Guys
we're on the same wavelength.
Look at
here.
that. Wow.
This one I don't really remember too well, but I remember watching it a lot when I was really small. There was also a Rugrats game they made for the PS1, which was really hard and it left a lasting impression on me. That's funny.
There you go.
That just goes to show you we don't read through these emails ahead of time.
Yeah.
Number 1, The Simpsons. All time, hands down, favorite show from my childhood. While it was definitely a bit mature for my age, I was lucky enough to watch TV with my older brother most times, and he is the biggest Simpsons fan I know. He has every available season on DVD box set as a collection and has a countless amount of random Simpsons memorabilia. When I was a bit older, we used to move our 2 TVs and video games into the same room and each play games while watching The Simpsons on repeat on a third background TV or his computer.
Jeez.
Those were the days. I told the story at my brother's wedding, but when we were really young and had a curfew on video game playtime, we used to put in a Simpsons DVD on top of the game disc in his PS2 and play really quietly so that if our parents ever heard and came to check, we could just open up the disc tray real fast and show them it was just a Simpsons DVD. Thankfully, it never got stuck and trashed the system, which was probably very likely.
I was about to say, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, because I guess it's just reading the bottom disc. So
That's
they're just
wild.
sort of pressed together. But yeah, probably ran the risk of getting stuck. He talks here about how it's a mature show. It makes me think, I had this cousin. I still have this cousin, but he's on Jaime's side. I don't really talk to him much.
Okay.
And when he was a kid, right, his parents would be like, oh, you can't watch The Simpsons. So, but he was that kid's like, oh, I'm not allowed to watch this. My parents say I'm not allowed. So I'm like,
You're a little bitch.
you know, the kid that comes over and you got to change the channel. Oh, let's watch, I don't know, Yo Gabba Gabba or whatever the hell.
Hammy hamster.
All right, he continues here. Did we want to reveal what his possible idea for a top 5 was?
Yeah, because we're not actually going to use this as a top 5. Not that that's not a good idea, but we're just going to touch on it now instead.
Sure. All right, he said, possible idea for a top 5. Saddest movie moments that almost made you cry. Me and Tiff were talking about this the other day, how most of the times I get choked up or at movies for some reason. So I'd love to go through and rank some of the top tier jerkers and hear yours too, if you have any. Hope to see you guys out on the golf course soon. Peace out, homies. Chris.
Thank you for writing in,
Thank you,
Christopher. Yeah, okay. So we did actually like consider doing a top 5 of this, but it's very hard to like pinpoint exactly what movies and what scenes of movies kind of made you feel this way. So I can only think of like a couple offhand. I think, John, you were kind of the same too. So we just decided we're going to talk about those instead.
Yeah, a little, like almost like a little mini top 2 or 3 for you guys. Just
Exactly.
a little
Well,
podcast
look at
getting
us.
downright freaky.
Look at us, double the tops.
Yeah, so I had 3 in mind.
All right, well, give us your 3, or one of them, or 2 of them, whatever you want. Free flowing here, you
I'll
know.
give you guys all 3. So
All
one that
right,
comes
let's
to
hear it.
mind, I remember, I think it was in the 9th grade at school, and for whatever reason, don't remember the class, we watched the movie I Am Sam. Have you ever seen this movie?
I don't think I have. I know what it's about though.
So it's a sad movie. It's with Sean Penn. I haven't watched it since then, but all I remember is that he has a
He's
daughter.
autistic or something.
But
Oh
yeah,
no, I'm
or
thinking
he
of a
has
different
some
movie.
sort of, he's like mentally challenged in some way where he's got like the mental capacity of like an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old, something like that.
Right.
And I think he's divorced or something. And he obviously can't have custody of his daughter because he can't take care of her. And the way the movie works is that his daughter is surpassing the age that his mental capacity is up to, right?
Okay.
So she kind of understands better than him. And all I remember is there's a sad scene in the movie where he like tries to sneak into her. I think he tries to sneak in the house, or he like not kidnaps her, but like takes her, right? And she doesn't understand or something. I can't exactly remember, but I just remember it being a sad movie. Oh, because he tries to take her and she doesn't let him. And she's trying to explain to him, but he just can't understand. And I remember sitting there and grinning. I was like, oh, this is so sad. Oh, boy. Yeah, that was tough. So that one stands out. I should rewatch it. It's a good one.
So you can cry again.
Yeah.
I thought of a third one actually while we were sitting here, but go ahead.
Oh, you want me to give you all 3 of a rundown here?
Oh no, okay, I can go next. All right. Yeah, so one for me was the movie John Q. Have you ever seen that movie? Denzel Washington. I think it was
No.
called John Q. Pretty sure. So the movie's about, it's in the States or whatever, and him and his wife have a son who's like, I don't know, he's maybe 8 or 10 or 12 years old in the movie, and the son needs a transplant. I think it's a heart transplant. That's what the son needs, right? But they're on like the waiting list or whatever, and like the medical costs are obviously like insane in the States, right? If you're not insured, like I think if the movie starts off, they're not like a poor family, but like they're like middle class, right? But they start having to like sell all their possessions and stuff to like keep up with the medical bills, and they're in like piles of debt because their son needs his transplant and this and that, whatever, right? So I think it's like the son's on the waiting list and he can't get the transplant. So he ends up going in and like holding the hospital hostage till they give the son the transplant, right? So he knows he's going to go to jail, like, but he needs to make sure that his son like stays alive or whatever. That's kind of the whole purpose of it. So like he's a good guy, but he's trying to do like a bad thing for the right reason in a sense. But I remember watching as a kid, like I was maybe like 10. I watched with my parents. I remember just being like just torn apart by it. I don't know why. I was like, oh my god, this is like so sad. As like a 10-year-old, I remember being like, yeah, really sad.
All right, another one I had. This I just watched this movie. I don't know if I remember if I recommended it on the podcast or not, but The Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
We're obviously getting into slight spoilers parts of the movie here, but
this movie's like 15 years old.
Yeah, you had your chance, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole concept of the movie is Will Smith is the main character, based on a true story, and he's poor and he's homeless and he's going through this internship program to try and become a stockbroker and build a better life for him and his kid because his wife leaves and abandons him. So it's just him and his child, and then he's homeless, so he has nowhere to go. So him and his kid are just like riding the subway. It's late at night, and it's played by his actual son, who does a really good job in the movie, actually.
Yeah.
And then he gets off at one of the stops. He's just sitting there with his son, and it's like late in there, like 2 a.m., and they have nowhere to go. But the kid obviously doesn't understand or know anything. So then he's trying to sell these bone density scanners. That's how he's like had been making a living up to this point. So he tells his kid, oh, it's a time machine. And his kid's like, no, it's not. And he's like, yeah, here, watch. Press the button. So he presses the button, and Will Smith is, he's acting it up, and he's like, whoa, look, there's dinosaurs here, there's dinosaurs there, what's going on? He's like, we got to get somewhere to safety, and puts on this whole sort of show, like, facade for his kid to get them into like this like subway station bathroom. So they go in there, right, and he locks the door, and somebody's like trying to barge in right in the middle of the night, and his kid falls asleep, and they're just homeless. They have nowhere to go.
Oh my god, man, this is like,
yeah, dude, it's so sad.
Like, crush me right now, man. I'm happy I didn't watch this movie.
And Will Smith starts crying.
Will Smith's such an easy person to root for at the same, you know what I mean? Just like,
yeah, it's a good movie,
I love Will Smith.
Sad.
Yeah.
It's definitely bad.
Damn,
that was tough. I watched it a few weeks ago.
Ugh, it's bumming me out just thinking about it.
Chris, what did you do?
I know. Okay, I'll go for another one. This one's obviously not as sad, but like it was more of like, when you get the chills that it almost like makes you tear up. It's like it's more of like a happy kind of like
okay.
One of those. It's gonna sound ridiculous, but in Avengers Endgame, when they're like about to get their ass handed to them by Thanos, like Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor, and then Captain America, all he hears is like Cap on your left. Dude, that part, I lost it. I was like, I got chills through my body. I was like, and like almost just started tearing up. It was like such a beautiful, powerful moment in the movie. I was like so invested into it at the time too. Yeah,
it is kind of rare when a piece of media sort of evokes that emotion, whether it's actually, makes me cry or makes me really sad.
Yeah.
Or gives you the chills. It's like such a rare feeling, but I love when things do that, give you the chills.
Oh yeah, man. It gave me the chills. I was sitting there in the theater just like, oh, I couldn't believe it. Like, because for some reason, like, maybe I'm just stupid, but I was just like, this is it. This is where they die. They're screwed. They can't take out Thanos. This is it. And he's got his army of people. And then, the whole crew shows up because Doctor Strange sends his little like wormholes, right? Gets them all into the fight. Oh, such a good movie. My God.
So another really good movie. And this one is the last one the most recently released movie I can remember watching. I saw it in theaters where had a sad part. It was Interstellar. Do you remember this part of the movie?
Yes.
Slight spoilers here. If you haven't seen Interstellar,
again, this movie's 6 years old.
Is it that old already?
Yeah, I think it was 2014 it came out.
Well,
you haven't seen this movie. What are you doing? Like, go watch it.
It's a Christopher Nolan jam.
Fantastic movie. I think I'm going to watch it tonight. Look at that.
It has to deal with like time dilation and
space.
Yeah,
essentially.
And Matthew McConaughey's far off in space, and he's on a lifelong journey far away from his children.
Yeah, he leaves his young daughter. She was, 10 at the time? Something like that, right?
Something like that. And I can't remember exactly what point of the movie, but he gets back on the ship and enough time has passed. He's getting transmissions of messages from his kids.
Well, it's because so what happens is they because the whole point of the movie is like they've already sent scientists out to these other planets to see if they're suitable for life. So one of the planets is really close to a black hole. So they said, okay, well, we got to go close. We got to go down there. So they said, like, well, with the time dilation, what's going to happen? Like, how much time will we lose? He's like, well, if we're down there for this amount of time, the only time we need, it'll be 7 years that we'll lose. So he's kind of like, yeah, like it sucks, but all right, fine, right? So they go down there, but then like obviously the person who landed there actually just crashed. They didn't even survive, but their little beacon was still flashing, so they were still getting signals from this thing, and the planet was not fit for life. So they kind of got stuck down there for much longer than they planned. So then when he came back, it was like 20 or 25 years or something like that,
yeah.
instead of like the 7. So as you were saying, yeah, he ends up like he comes back and there's like all these videos from his daughter who's like now grown up into like a 30-something-year-old woman. Right. And he's like, he realized he missed all that time. His son now has kids and stuff like that too. And he's like sitting and he hasn't aged it's been like in his time, a couple hours. That's it. Right. And he's sitting there like crying on the ship, right? Because he realizes all this time he's missed back home.
Ooh, I'm getting the chills just thinking about that.
Yeah, that was. I remember watching that and being like, "Oh man, that is like that's a heartbreaker."
Yeah, that's the most recent one I remember watching in theaters. And a random one that just popped in my head as we were talking about this is I remember as a kid watching Armageddon and the end of that making me sad.
Okay, yeah. You know, geez, we probably could have made a top 5 now that we're like thinking about them now. Another one, this wasn't the one, was I Am Legend.
Oh, yes.
Just the whole thing, right? At first, because at first you're kind of just like, all right, well, you know, he's the doctor here in this quarantined off little area and he's going to find the cure. But then they keep doing flashbacks and you find out his daughter and his wife have died. Yeah. Like they died already and all he has left is this dog. And then the dog gets bit by one of the zombies and he has to kill the dog. He has to like strangle the dog and kill it. And it's like, man, anything with rough. A goddamn dog, which brings me to my next one. The only movie I cried like a little bitch, like in the movie theater, in Molly and Me. Dude, the worst movie ever. Like,
I never watched it, thankfully.
Oh my God. So the movie's about a dog. I think it's called Molly and Me. I think that's what the movie's called. So the movie's about this dog, you know, and the dog's
Marley and Me.
Marley and Me. That's what it is. Marley and Me. Thank you. And so the movie's about this dog who, you know, is fun and wacky, you know, he's getting into crazy hijinks. But then what I was unaware of is that it's also about the dog's like journey to death at the same time, right? So the dog gets older, and then the dog goes and crawls away to die on his own and stuff like that. And I was unaware that any of this was going to happen. And I watched this movie like months after we put down like our old dog back in the day, and it just like ripped me into pieces. I was sitting in the theater crying. I was like, oh, it was brutal. And then I got back into my car after, still crying for the next like half hour. It was uncontrollable. I was like, I didn't know what was going on.
Dude, I don't blame you, man. Sometimes it strikes that nerve, right?
Anything with a dog. Yeah. I remember my grandparents, I was like 4, and they took us to go watch Air Bud in theaters, like the very first one. Right at the beginning, Air Bud is part of like a circus, and then the guy ends up like leaving him on the side of the road. And I was like 4 years old, and I couldn't handle it. As I started crying, my grandfather had to like take me out of the theater, and that was it. Like, yeah, I don't know why. And back then, we never even had a dog. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I think at that point we hadn't gotten our dog yet, so like, I don't know where the attraction came from.
Well, dude, there's a lot of like kids movies that are actually pretty messed up when you look back. Like Bambi.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the mom deer just gets killed. It's like, what? They made this for kids. What the hell is this? Or did you ever watch The Land Before Time?
Yes, I think
so.
Dude,
the beginning's so sad. Like, I think Littlefoot, I think that's the dinosaur's name. His mom just dies. I can't remember exactly what kills her.
Right.
And her big ass body's laying there. Littlefoot's like, Mom, wake up, come on. And it's like, Jesus Christ. What are they trying to do to these kids?
It's something that kind of goes over the kids' heads, but like it gets the parents, you know? The parents are like, oh my God, this is brutal. Like,
yeah.
Gets them invested, yeah. Yeah, The Lion King was another one. I'm trying to think, I don't know. That's the only other one I can think of right now.
We probably could have squeaked the top 5 out of this.
I guess we could have in the end, yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of them. Yeah, let us know what movies made you cry or what movie scenes. You know what I mean?
Chris, you said you were talking about it, so there must be some.
Has
ScruffCast ever made you cry?
I'm sure Chris has like at least one movie a year that makes him cry.
Yeah.
So should we go to our actual top 5 now?
We shall. Look at you guys, so spoiled. 2 and 1.
Getting lists everywhere.
But hey, when you guys email in, this is what you get.
That's true too. That is very true. Okay. So today's top 5 is, let me just pull it up here. Wait, hold up. John, you have a Jaime update?
Oh, yes. Yes, I forgot.
Jesus,
So,
how could we almost miss this?
so just a small Jaime update. So this weekend coming up is Father's Day. And I'm taking one of your recommendations, Dan. I'm going to pull the trigger and I'm going to get Jaime a Google Home Mini.
It's time. Dude, I have one. I could just give it to you.
It's too late. I've already ordered it on Best Buy.
All right.
It's
Fair
en
enough.
route.
Oof.
Now, he has a router hooked up that I think his neighbor hooked up for him. I don't know if my dad pays for the internet every month or his neighbor hooked it up and he's bumming off of his neighbor. But my dad has an Android TV box that he uses based on this router. He doesn't know the password or the name of the network or anything. I checked the back of the router and there's no matching network name. So I did a little bit of research and you can get an adapter. It's possible to use an Ethernet cable. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to hook this up. Mind blown. It's going to be magic for him.
He's going to lose it. Like you'll never hear from him again. You're useless now, you know?
I know.
So that'll be it.
If only I could change it from having to say, hey, Google. I'll put the pause there for you guys listening.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Say, hey, son. Hey, son,
that would
how
be
old's
so
Elton
funny.
John?
Elton John is
75.
That'd be hilarious. All right. Wow. I'm excited. So we keep us updated on that as that goes on.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know his reaction.
All right. Okay. So the top 5 things this week is top 5 things that need to be invented or problems that need to be solved. So something that you want invented that hasn't been invented yet, or just a problem you have that needs to be solved. And now we're not diving into like, deep issues like, like racial justice or equality or world peace, like just little things, like, I don't like when my socks get wet. There's got to be a way to have waterproof socks. Like that's what the kind of stuff we're talking about here.
We're hoping that people smarter than us listen to this podcast and then they invent these things for us. Maybe they send us a free one of these things. And in return, we advertise the products that we helped invent.
I like it.
A little scratch your back. Yeah, no big world issues here.
No. You want to start us off?
All right. So I had a tough time really ranking these. So I don't know if they're particularly ordered, but my number 5. Some sort of, and these are all going to be like nebulous things, right? Since we're just sort of inventing them all 5. Some sort of easier way of dealing with the compost at home. Because it gets stinky, then you got to like tie up the bag and throw it out. So I was thinking like, what about some sort of diaper genie type thing for compost?
For compost. Okay.
Yeah, maybe it has a bigger bag and then you throw some compost in there and it wraps it up. I don't know, just something.
Like it has like different sealed off sections kind of.
Yeah, just something. I want to get rid of that stinkiness.
I hear you.
And then rather than here we go. Rather than having that little pail with the bucket in there, you either got to tie up the bag and bring it out or bring the little pail out and tie up the bag outside, which is what I normally do. It's a longer container, like a taller container, I should say. And the bottom of it opens up. So you take the big container or the big bin that the city takes, you open the lid, you lift your little mini home compost genie thing, you put that over top and hit a button, and then it comes out the bottom.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
Damn. I hope you people out there are listening.
You already have it solved, essentially.
Yeah.
It's just got to be made. That's a good one. I like that. Okay. My number 5. This is more of a problem that needs to be solved. And this is more specifically, I think, like an Ontario problem. It's the license plate renewal on your birthday.
Oh, dude.
This is a goddamn problem. I am sick and tired of going and paying $130 on my birthday. On my goddamn birthday to go get a sticker for my car, which I'm not really sure why I even need this sticker.
Just for fun.
Seriously, $130 for a sticker.
The government just is like, a little bit for me.
Yeah, it's just annoying. Like that, take it off your birthday. It's not fun. Like when you bought the car, let's say you bought the car in August, that's when you got to get your sticker, which I'm pretty sure, talking to Anthony, that's what they do in New Brunswick.
Dude,
I'm pretty sure.
That's the way to do it.
Now, keep in mind, my birthday was in April. I still have yet to get my sticker because I'm blaming it on the COVID. So take that, government.
Yeah, they delayed it all.
They did, which I think now you're good to go get it, but I'm going to see how long I can hold out for.
Yeah, I got a call from Jaime asking me about it. He's like, I went by and the place was closed. And I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
then you
I looked
messaged
it
me
up.
actually. Yeah.
Looked it up, and I said, oh, it's delayed, so they're just sort of waiving it for now. And
Yeah.
my dad was almost like cautious. He was worried of believing me. He's like,
Are
what?
you sure?
And I'm like, yeah, I'll be fine. Because if he gets pulled over and they're like, oh, your sticker's outdated, he's going to be like, what the hell? He's going
Yeah.
to call me, right?
John, hey, son, you screwed me over.
What is this? You got to pay this ticket now. It's your fault.
I'm suing you.
The internet is lying to you. We should sue them.
We should sue them.
Hey, Google, how do I sue them? Oh, back to me. That's a good
It's
one.
back
Though.
to you. Yeah. Thanks.
My number 4. I thought of this one when I went into my bedroom earlier today, and I thought, what do I hate doing? Making the bed. Every day, it's a pain in the ass. What about some sort of comforter magnets or something? So it's a 2-part system. Well, I guess it'd really work for duvets, but inside the duvet cover, in the 4 corners, you have little magnets.
Dude, yes.
And then you also have a magnet.
Say no more. Say no more, fam. This is perfect.
You also have a magnet that, I thought of another one. Another idea I have. Okay. You also have magnets that go on the side of your bed frame. So when you want to make the bed, you just toss it over. Boom. Magnets snap. Bam, bam, boom.
Yeah. Even if you have to kind of just like move it over to the spot, right? Just like, let me just put it over here. Because you don't want the magnets to be too powerful, right? Because then maybe like when you're sleeping, you get a little too close and then it's over your head all of a sudden.
A similar idea. I'll give you guys a 2-for-1 because I'm just such a nice guy. This is an idea I thought of before. A similar thing where you use it for hanging up Christmas lights on the gutter. Now, the problem is, I believe the eavesdrops are not made out of a ferrous metal, which is like the type
I think
of
my
metal
dad
that's
was talking about this too. I think it was him that mentioned this as well. He's like, there's got to be magnetic ones or something, right? Like,
yeah, so this is an idea I've had before because my stepdad would go up on the roof and, I'm holding the big bundle of Christmas lights on the driveway and I'm like slinking it up to him. So if you had sort of a pair, metal that went like a little magnet that went along the string of Christmas lights, every 4 or 5 lights or so, and then another one that went on the inside of the gutter eavesdrop. So just be easy to take down, easy to put up.
Yeah.
But I originally thought of it in terms of comforters here.
That's good. All right. My number 4 actually plays off of my number 5 a little bit. So it's a license plate cover that opens without having to take the screws off of your thing, right? So think about it. It's like it's attached on the screws, but the plate it sits a little bit lower, and then there's just like a little button at the bottom that opens it up, so then you could put your sticker on instead of having to get the screwdriver out, unscrew things. Because now I know I'm not the only one who does this, but I generally go a little bit later to get my sticker, right? So I'm in the parking lot, I'm like, I gotta get this thing on now. I've gotten off pretty lucky. I gotta get this thing on now before my luck runs out. And my stickers always end up sideways, so I'm kind of trying to shove my hand in there, pull the plastic back, try to shove my hand in. I'm almost breaking the little thing. Now some people don't even have these plastic covers on their license plate, but still a lot of people do. I'd say 80% of people do.
Could have used this earlier this year because I had this exact issue. I went to go put my sticker on, and the screws that are going through the cover and the license plate are extremely rusted. And I could not get the screws out for the life of me. So what I had to do was I was trying to peel the plastic thing back a little, sort of getting bent in shape and trying to stick the sticker in there. But then the sticker was getting all dirty, kept falling off, and then it broke in half. And then I'm just this is the worst day of my life. So I ended up having to get vice grips, using them to clamp on the screw and manually turn it.
Yeah.
And then I had to super glue the sticker onto the stack of old stickers I had on there to get it to stay. So if you look closely, you'll actually see it's in 2 pieces. So this would be a great invention. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So those 2 are probably my best ones. So the rest of my list kind of sucks compared to those. But yeah, I think that's a great idea. Now, also, let's quick note here. If these inventions have already been made, let us know. Because we didn't actually search any of these things up, obviously. So let us know if these products have actually already been made.
Yeah, because then it's almost you're doing us a favor, right? Because we want these problems solved.
Exactly.
All right. My number 3. Kind of a problem. It's a first world problem for sure. I guess as most of these have been. But it's also a full business plan. Luxury here.
Oh, okay.
A service that comes to you and picks up your empty beer bottles and cans, returns it for you.
Yeah.
Gives you a little cut. You're not getting as much, right? Maybe they take 20% or something like that.
But it's a hassle bringing them all as it is, right?
Exactly. So they're coming. No, I'm saying they're taking a 20% cut of the money that you would have got.
No, I know, but I'm saying like it's a hassle for you, right? To do it, so it's almost worth paying that 20%.
Yeah, exactly. Think you don't have to load them up. And
No.
it would be a free service because the amount you're getting, because think about it. You've got these beer bottles and these cans sitting at your house. They're coming to you. They're taking them away. Let's say you had $20 worth.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming to you. They're taking them away. And they're saying, here you go. Here's $16. And you go, not bad. I just got paid to solve this problem. Now they're going to go return it. They're going to get the $20, make that $4 profit for themselves.
Yeah. But you figure they're going to have like a big enough truck that they're going to grab a bunch at once, bring them all back.
Exactly. And rather than just going, standing in line at the beer store, they'll probably set up some sort of agreement that they get.
Yeah, where they
taken
can just ship it right to the back dock. And yeah. Dude, that's a pretty good idea. I don't think that exists.
I don't know if the margins are big enough. Hey, maybe they take 50%, but still.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's something that's got to be thought about. Yeah.
Then you're getting paid $10 in that case to get the problem. Anna's like, Dan, you got to get these beer bottles and beer cans out of here. You're like, oh, I got $10 coming my way, and they're going to be gone.
That's the thing. It's not a
bad.
service that you're getting paid to do. Now, you could make a little more if you did it yourself, but you don't have to do it yourself, and you're still getting money. That's pretty sweet.
It's a total luxury. But even though you are still sort of paying, it would feel a lot better because it's getting taken off of future money you didn't have.
For sure. All right. My number 3. Talk about first world problems here. Flip-flops, or slides as the kids call them these days, that don't cut the top of my feet. Okay. Now, this may just be a me problem, but I can't wear a goddamn pair of flip-flops without them cutting the top of my feet. And that's why I'm a socks and flip-flop guy all the time. Now, I have bought a pair recently that I think are okay, but like keep in mind, I had to go try on like 4 or 5 different pairs from different stores to like kind of walk around them. And you don't know because it's like over time, right? If I'm walking in them for 5 minutes, they're not going to do anything. If I'm walking in them for 30, they're going to keep rubbing against my foot. You get that little burn on the top of your foot, from the flip flop. Dude, drives me nuts. Now, I probably have a little sensitive bitch feet, but it is what it is. I need something nice and soft, as whatever kind of fabric. I don't know what it is to protect my feet. Maybe it's a product that can be made that can be put onto the flip flop. I don't know. Something's got to be done about it. That's all I'm saying.
Now, I've experienced this conundrum myself, although my current pair of flip flops are pretty good. Yeah, dude, your feet, they're your connection to the earth. You got to treat them with care.
I agree 100%.
All right. My number 2. Now, I don't know if this exists, but it's just a half hour before the show trying to come up with 5 real world inventions and problems to solve. So This is what I got. Car windshields made out of the same material they make transition lenses out of. So when the sun's setting, you don't get that like, shit. You got to pull down the little sun visor.
Like an anti-glare type thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So they
transition lenses. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's like a tinted front window.
Yeah. So for you smart people out there, it is a photochromic lens.
Oh, okay.
That's what they're called from what I looked up. Do these exist? Are there laws against them? I don't know. But if people are smart enough, you'll lobby the government to get them taken away.
That's right. All right. I like that one. Let's go. Okay. My number 2. This is a very specific problem to me. Okay. I'll try to break this down. So it's a kitchen-sized overwrap machine. Okay. So, like the saran wrap?
Yes.
The cling wrap, as people call it. So I have huge troubles using it. I'm not sure why, but anytime somebody asks me, can you put some cling wrap on that? And instant panic and anxiety because I'm so bad at it. I can't rip it off properly. When I do rip it, it bunches up and then I got to unbunch it. I can't seal it tight enough. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, it doesn't cling.
Now, where I say the kitchen size overwrap machine is because at work, we have overwrap machines, right? So it's essentially a massive roll of this stuff, okay? And it rolls down. I'm showing you the hand motions. No one else can see them, but rolls down. There's a little bar that goes across that's heated. And then underneath that, there's like a plate that's heated in a sense, right? So you wrap your thing, like let's say, I don't know, a bowl of
SpaghettiOs.
Sure, SpaghettiOs, okay? So you put this bowl of SpaghettiOs on the top of the thing, right? You wrap the plastic over and under it. You pull it down. The heat bar burns the plastic, okay? So now it's all like you're off of that big roll. And then you take it on either side, you fold the plastic on either side, and then with that plate at the bottom, heat seals it in. So then the plastic is sealed from the heat, right? It's all melted together at that point. Boom, the perfect thing. Now with that thing at work, I'm unreal. I'm a wizard with that thing, okay? You wouldn't even know I have stuff wrapped. That's how good I am with wrapping and all that thing.
It's invisible.
It's invisible. Seriously. People are like, oh my God, you need to wrap that. I'm like, I actually did. And then they check it. Oh, wow, you did. So I need a kitchen-sized one, an appliance-friendly, small one that can go on the counter, but that has all those tools. But it also can't be that big.
That's a good one.
I
Because
think so too.
I admit that's the perfect example of something that's a pain in the ass. Dude, using cling wrap, I'm the same way. I always try to rip it, and
It
I'm like, how?
sucks, man.
How?
I don't know how people do it. I'm not very good with tinfoil either.
I know.
Like just the other day, my dad's like, "Oh, can you throw some tinfoil on the I don't know what it was, sausages or pork, whatever it was." And so I'm like, okay. So I rip the sheet off, and I'm like, trying to crinkle one side, and then the other side pops up. So I try to crinkle that side, then that side pops back up. I'm like, Jesus Christ, come on, like.
And you're trying to like get it all done before your dad looks over and says, "What the hell's going on over there?"
Yeah, are you still doing that? Exactly. So yeah, there you go.
That's a good one. Yeah, my mom used to have. I don't know if she still has it. It was just this sort of big, hefty plastic thing that would hold in like I don't want to say industrial size, but a really thick roll of saran wrap, and it had a blade running across, so it would sort of hold it in place as you brought it out and pulled it. So
Okay, this is essentially what I'm looking for then. So it exists.
maybe, but I kind of like that heat action.
Well, the heat action is like, that's a luxury, obviously, right? But
Hey, this is all about luxury. These are
You're
first world
right.
problems we want solved.
yeah, you know what? Give us the heat. Give us the heat.
Bring the heat. Yes.
All right, your honorable mention.
My honorable mention. I put this as my honorable mention because it's probably the most difficult thing to create of all the things on this list.
Okay.
But you know how they have those Con Air type things you use to cut your hair?
Yeah, like the ones you just like put over your head
Yeah. It's like almost like a
for
little
like just to
hockey
shave
puck
your head
shaped
kind
thing.
of thing. Yes,
To
yes,
shave your
yes.
head. If they had sort of a smart one of those where it could know the shape of your head and you could select the hairstyle you want, right? You
Wow.
say, I want the fade.
Mhm.
Boom. Homie got that fade.
Okay.
People are like, oh,
It sounds dangerous. I'm not gonna lie, but
yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't know.
it says you're gonna get an ear taken off.
No, because you're still controlling it in your hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not this
I
mechanical
picture this
thing.
thing just like a robot, just like cutting your hair for you.
Yeah, it's not a Roomba going around your head. That would be
All
insane.
right.
No, but it knows where it is on your head.
Okay, gotcha.
Here's how it works. Rather than moving the blade around, because obviously then you're looking for trouble, it has little plastic stands in it that those retract in and out of the thing to push it further from your head when necessary.
All automatic.
Yeah, based on it's taking a scan of your head as it's
Okay.
going around. I told you, it's a
Alright.
difficult one. That's why it's the honorable mention.
That's a good one, though. That's a good one. All right. My honorable mention kind of sucks, but I kind of have two honorable mentions. So, one, a French press that's not such a pain in the ass to clean.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Because, like, you know what? I know the reason, John, you don't use your French press is because you hate cleaning it. You've told me many times.
Yeah, it's a shame because it almost outdoes the work.
I use mine every Monday night because, okay, the reason I use a French press is not because I'm fancy. It's because I'm actually lazy because I don't want to clean the coffee maker in the morning when I go to make my big pot of coffee. So I use a French press at night here so I don't have to worry about cleaning anything right now. I can clean that French press whenever I get to it. I don't got to worry about cleaning that coffee pot before. So that's really the reason I use it. And it's a pain in the ass to clean. It's like you got the coffee grains everywhere. You got to like scoop them out with your hand into the garbage. It's a pain. It's a mess. I don't like it.
One way I tried to do it was fill the French press with like hot water, and then I had a little strainer. I try to pour it out in there, but it's not catching all the grinds. Like stuff's gonna get in the sink.
You just got to scoop it out with your hand, man. There's no other way.
There's got to be a better way.
Okay, I got another honorable mention. This is actually a product that I didn't know existed and I didn't know I needed until I saw it, okay? It's pizza scissors. I don't know if you've seen these before.
Yes, there's a restaurant that gives you these.
Scatterbush.
Yes.
Scatterbush. That's the first time I saw them. And they're literally, so it's like scissors, but at the bottom of the scissor, it's like a mini little cutting board. And so you just take them like scissors and you cut your pizza with that, your flatbread, whatever it may be. And it is the most genius design I've ever seen in my life. I couldn't believe it. So I guess I was talking to Chris and Tiff about this, and they actually got one for me. So I got pizza scissors now at home. Dude, they're flawless, these things. They're unreal. And they're like so sharp. Like you just instantly cut through. You know how like even when you use the pizza, like the pizza cutter?
Yeah.
When you use that normally, and like, you know, some of the pepperoni kind of gets like taken up with it, and you know, all your toppings get moved around over. Dude, this thing flawlessly cuts right through a piece of pepperoni, no problem. It's incredible. Yeah.
I like at Scatterbush how They don't cut the pizza, which are more like flatbread sort of style there, I think.
Yeah.
You can cut the slices however you like,
Yeah, they give you the pizza scissors. Boom, go for it.
which is perfect because when it's near the end, rather than eating a slice, you're like, I'm just going to cut out a little sliver. Just a little
Yeah,
more.
exactly.
I'll
Yeah,
wait for
yeah.
this week. Yeah. One day when
Yeah,
we're able to go
Scatterbush
to
is good.
restaurants again.
Yeah, I enjoy Scatterbush.
Me too.
All right, you're number one.
My number one. Now, this is a problem that I want solved. I won't actually be able to solve with my current setup, but fridges that close themselves. Now, this isn't because I want to open the fridge, grab my chocolate milk, and turn around and have it close automatically like it's a Tesla. This is because I don't want you to leave the fridge door open and it beep, 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 and then, oh, that beeping's doing nothing. If I got my headphones on, I'm over here recording the ScruffCast.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, then the freezer's melting. I got to rethaw the fridge. I've had to thaw out the fridge twice this year.
Yeah, I think this is a problem a lot of people encounter. Maybe. But it's happened to us too.
Fancy or new appliances that the fridges will close themselves. Maybe you could make some sort of contraption, some little thing that's maybe magnetic, sticks on the side of an existing fridge. And
It
I
just
don't know
seems
how
like
solves
all
it.
it seems like all your problems are solved with magnets, John.
That's true.
It's like 3 of your products, just magnets.
I got to order some big magnets on Amazon. Big
Yeah, and
bundle of
just
them.
get to work.
Yeah, I got all the time. Just start exploring like a kid again.
Mm-hmm.
But fancier new appliances, there's no way. Dude, they got fridges with TVs in them now. They have this LG fridge. You knock on the fridge twice, it turns the light on and this little mini door in the door, being like, hey, what's up? Just showing you some things that are right here.
Some things that are in your fridge. Yeah.
If they can do that, they can have the door close. They know it's open and it starts beeping.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
They're fancy now. My mom's dishwasher, when the cycle's finished, it actually pops open to let all the steam out.
Oh, really? That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Pretty bougie.
Wow. Pretty bougie. All right. My number one. Now, this is a product I've wanted for a very long time, and it may very well exist, but this drives me nuts on a weekly basis. So what I need is mini tongs for salad. So it's like a mix between a pair of tongs and a chopsticks, specifically for eating salad. You know what I mean? Dude, is it just me that has a problem? Like,
I see.
the pieces of salad with your fork? It's impossible. The forks aren't sharp enough. Sometimes the pieces are too big, sometimes they're too small, and everything just slips off. It drives me freaking insane. I can't, I hate eating salads based off of that.
I
just need a little pair of tongs, man, okay? I'm talking like a 1 inch or 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch piece that you can just scoop up, well, almost like you're using chopsticks, right? Because chopsticks are too small, so you need something a little bigger. So it's like a mini tong. That's what I'm thinking, and then that's how you eat your salad. Just makes sense. You know what I mean?
Dude, imagine if that caught on as a way to eat salad instead of forks. Whoever invented that, boom.
That's what I'm thinking. And now that I think about it, in fairness, like, you know, when you go to hotels and you get the little ice bucket and they give you that tiny little pair of tongs for your ice?
Yes.
This kind of already exists. I'm thinking about it now. But these would be more specific for salads. Like, they wouldn't be like hard aluminum or metal pieces. They'd be like softer kind of like pieces. You know what I mean? You know, like a baking spatula?
Yes, the silicone type material?
Yes. I picture like 2 pieces of that at the end of it. You know what I mean?
Now, would they be connected on one end? Or would they be like chopstick style, separate?
No, they'd be connected like tongs. So it's easy use. But they only open about, I'm showing you, about 2 inches. They open 2 inches apart. That's it. And then you can close them. Open 2 inches, close them.
Not a bad idea. I originally thought you meant,
solid.
like, for taking the salad out and serving it. And I was like, I don't know. How big do the tongs need to be? But for actually eating, I agree.
For actually eating. Yeah, it drives me insane. I can't stand it.
Because then you have to do the delicate balance when you go to stab the salad on your plate. It's like, you know, do I want to get that cherry tomato with this bite? Do I want to get that lettuce? You got to think about it. I don't want to think. I just want to eat salad. Like,
I just want to have salad.
It's rare enough I'm going to try to eat salad as it is. Don't make it more difficult for me, you know?
That's true. Yeah. All right. There you go. That's your top 5. Let us know the top 5 things you want solved or inventions you want created.
Just like one day, people will be able to send their problems in, and then it will just beam out to the rest of the Scruff disciples, and the problems will get solved for them.
That's right. And there's a good chance magnets will solve it.
Probably.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Email us, scruffcast@gmail.com. Let us know all that stuff. Let us know what movies made you cry. Let us know anything. Literally anything that's going on. You can tell us about your day. You can tell us some problems you're having. You know, you're having some problems at home, maybe with your wife, girlfriend, fiance. Let us know. We'll help you solve them. You know?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't have all the answers, but we have the answers.
That's right.
And we'll keep it anonymous.
Maybe.
Depends if it's really juicy.
Yeah, exactly. If it's really good, we'll let everybody know who it is. All right. It's past midnight.
Ooh,
I'm
it
getting
is.
tired here. Yeah.
We're technically
Jeez,
into Tuesday.
It's Tuesday now. So it's not your birthday anymore, Ian. Sorry. But that was it. You got one happy birthday at the beginning. You don't get it at the end now because it's not even your birthday no more. I'm just kidding. Happy birthday. Oh, that's another thing. Everybody email Ian happy birthday if you have his number or you have him on Facebook. Wish him a happy birthday, even though you probably already did. That's it. John?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah?
What?
That's it?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something.
No. What was I not allowed to? The way you went,
No, I was just going to say, all right. But then I thought you were going to say something, so I kind of stuttered, like that.
No, I have nothing.
Good. That was episode 104 of the ScruffCast. Thanks for listening, everybody. And
Really catch you next time. Got me like, oh, as I'm watching her go. All I'm thinking is, oh, damn, that bad thing. I can tell you're really good at distracting.
Research. That's not the ScruffCast.